Hello, hello, hello. Surprise. We're doing a random during the week stream. I don't know how many people will join for this or see this. I don't know. But I'm trying something today where I am going to be doing some work, and you're welcome to also do some work, and we can kind of be coworkers for the next couple of hours. Um, So, first thing I just wanted to say is that some people have said that um, my audio is low compared to the ads that play, and so I was like, all right, no problem. I'll increase my mic volume, but I'm looking in OBS and it is maxed out. So unless I talk like this, like I don't know how to make it. Like I am as close to this thing as I think I can comfortably be. So I will just talk as loud as possible because I'm looking at the audio levels right now and they are like clipping at into the yellow zone. So I don't know. I think just maybe the ads are just crazy loud and I apologize for that. I don't have control over that. So, yeah. That's what's going on with that. So I've never done one of these before. I didn't even know that this was a thing. But I was just kind of scrolling through Twitch the other day, and I just saw someone streaming, and they were literally working on their computer with music on, and then they had like a to-do list on their screen that showed the to-do things that their viewers wanted to get done during that stream. And so I was like, what? That's like, honestly, my first reaction was, that's weird. But then I was like, thought about it a bit more and I was like, I think I actually really like that. Because sometimes it's just nice to know that it's not just you working completely on your own, to just have someone else that you know is also working, is also getting things done, especially when you work from home or, you know, you're a solo entrepreneur like I am. It's just nice to, I don't know, I think it might be nice to sort of feel like we're working together, and it might increase our accountability and all that good stuff. I don't know. Let's just try it out and see how it goes. I have talked about doing this where I'm more like talking and I'm like updating my prototypes while I'm talking to you about what I'm doing. But I think what we're going to try is actually just have some like chill music on, and you can mute that if that's distracting. But I think I might just have some chill music playing, and then I'm just straight up going to be editing my video that I really need to get posted as soon as possible. That's my major to do today. So I'm just going to be working, and then I'll take a break in like an hour, and maybe we can chat. Walk, stretch, move around, maybe get a snack, and then work for another hour. So I think I'll do this for about 2 hours today. I started a little bit late because this is my first time and I was trying to figure some things out. But hey, Eduardo, how you doing? I'm glad you can hear me. Thank you for letting me know. Also, if anyone over in Twitchland, can you let me know what showed up? If you get notifications on your phone, can you let me know what showed up? Because I'm still learning Twitch, and I updated the title and the go live notification. So can you just tell me like what it said on the notification that you got? Did it say Pam Wall's game design went live and then coworking stream, come get things done with me? Or did it say coworking stream, come get things done with me twice? Did it repeat itself? So if anyone in Twitchland can let me know, that would be very cool. So yeah, I mean, I straight up just kind of, I just saw this person doing a coworking stream. I only watched for a couple minutes. So I don't know how, I've never watched like a full thing. I don't know how they do this, but I eventually want to figure out how to get like a widget on the screen to show where people can put in what they want to get done. But for now, it's our first one. If you want to put in the chat what you want to get done, that works. So let's just do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, this is what I want to get done. And this is my reward if I get it done. Because I do think it's really important. You know, it helps a lot when you have something to look forward to reward yourself with after you get a big job done. So I think my reward is going to be doing a puzzle. Maybe not right after I'm done because I might want to have lunch and chill. But then I'm going to actually have the puzzle. I think I'll go pick one out. I'm going to have the puzzle right there looking at me saying, hey, if you get these things done, you can do a puzzle. So maybe think about what do you want to get done and what will your reward be? And we need to be realistic. So we have 2 hours today that we are going to be working on stuff. So don't say I'm going to update every single little thing in my prototype. We need to be specific in what we are getting done today. So I do that a lot. I'm just I just need to edit my video. Well, I mean, that's a 3 to sometimes 6 hour process. And this is a long video, so it's going to take me a while. And I'm already kind of stalling by chatting more than I probably should right now. But I'm going to be specific. So in the next hour, I want to, there's other things on my to-do list I need to get done. I think I really need to focus on editing my video. Okay. In the next hour, I am going to just edit my video as much as I can in the next hour. I'm not going to expect to be done because that's not realistic. I am just going to say, I'm going to edit my video for the next hour. I'm going to try to just cut out all the pauses on all the mistakes and everything. I'm gonna try to go through all of the raw footage in the next hour, which is gonna be tough because I have an hour and a half of unedited raw footage. But that's my goal. So let me put that in the chat. So my goal is to edit YouTube video for next hour, and then we'll take a break. We'll maybe chat. We'll move around, get a snack, and then we'll do another hour of work. So this is my to-do for the next hour. Edit YouTube video for next hour. Try to do first cut of unedited footage. And then I'm going to put my reward in parentheses. My reward is going to be a puzzle. Woo! So feel free to also put in what you would like to get done today and what your reward will be. So let me quickly pick out my puzzle. Oh, greetings from Chile. Cool, Eduardo. That's very cool. Thanks so much for popping in. Okay, I'm going to pick up my puzzle. Maybe think about what you want to do and add it to the chat if you want to do that. Okay. Here is my puzzle. This will be my reward if I spend 2 hours editing my video. Because I'm not going to say if I finish editing my video, because honestly, it's not going to happen in 2 hours. But if I edit my video for 2 hours, that's my reward. Okay, friends. Hey, Tommy. Oh, awesome. That's great. Well, thanks for sharing are you going to be working on that right now? I hope so. Okay, so yeah, feel free to put things in the chat. I'm going to try and stay focused on what I'm doing and just have music playing, and then we can chat in an hour. Oh, wow. Now everyone's saying hello. And hey, Stacy. Hey, Ramon. Yeah, so if you missed, maybe I'll put can I pin messages? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pin a message just to let everyone know what is happening right now. Okay, so welcome to our co-working session. Feel free to add what you want to get done today in the chat with your reward in parentheses. We will take a break in 1 hour. Let's go. All right, friends, there we go. I am pinning that so people understand like what is happening. I will also post this on Twitch and then we'll get to work. Pin. Cool. All right, friends, I'm going to be putting on some chill music now. Best of luck for the next hour with whatever you want to get done. All right, here we go. way to break your flow if you were still working, but hopefully you did take a break. Cool. So that was very productive. I started at an hour and 33 minutes of raw footage. I am now at an hour and 11 minutes. So in an hour, I did about 20 minutes, went through 20 minutes of footage. So how long is that going to take me? 20, 40, 60. So theoretically 4 hours just to go through the first run of the first edit. And then after I go back and then I add, pictures and sound effects and smooth everything out. And then I go back and I rewatch it through, find little things, fix them, watch it through. And then I watch it through until I don't see any more issues. So this one's going to take a while. This is a long one. But I'm so excited for how many people who have joined this co-working session. I had no idea if anyone would be into this. I just decided to try it and, see how it went. But it looks like quite a few of you joined. And now that I'm taking a break, I can look through the chat and see all the awesome things I all got up to. Okay, so we're just going to go back. Okay. So Imagine Eric said, working on my first game prototype today. I think completing it and having a nice copy to playtest will be the reward. Wow, that's exciting. How did that go? Like trying to make an entire first prototype, that is a big task. So hopefully, don't, if you didn't get the whole thing done, it's all good. But, just working on it at all is so exciting. So good for you, Eric. And Stacy said, I'm working on fleshing out cards in my game, how many resources it takes to complete them, and how many points and money they are worth once completed. Wait, y'all can hear me, right? Yeah, okay. So that's good. So kind of like refining your cards in your game. That's exciting, Stacy. And Jonathan congratulating Eric on their first prototype. So exciting. And wow, Stacy joined as a member. Yay! That is so exciting. Stacy, thank you so much for joining. You'll get first access to this video once I finally finish editing it. And you can get access to all of the Discord channels now and playtesting on Sunday and a bunch of other cool things. So thank you so much for joining, Stacy. That's awesome. Etienne said, I'm preparing an expansion for a game I already sent to several publishers. My reward will be their approval of my prototypes. I am hoping for you as well that happens. That's cool that you're working on an expansion for your game. That's very cool. So that means you have a pretty solid base and you're building off of it. So that's exciting. I love all the support you're all giving each other here. Katya from Poland, board game graphic designer, working on cards for a small game. Exciting. That's really fun. The graphic design part is really nice, and it must be nice to be like a professional graphic designer and just to make things all look clean and clear and really improve the user experience. So graphic design is so key to having a good experience with a board game for sure. And then Derek was actually, I think, just had this on while he was just at his regular day job, which is super awesome. That's great too. If you're just, want to have this on while you work at your day job, that's great. But then Derek said, doing some creative stuff later, working on my son's Dr. Doom Halloween costume. Going to be epic. Got my buddy to 3D print a mask. Nice. Man, sometimes I really think about getting a 3D printer. You could have so much fun with that. I know that Tony has one as well. And I know that like other members have 3D printers and they just look like so much fun. I would 3D print custom inserts for my board games, and just if I had like any random little thing that annoyed me and I thought of like a solution, like I don't know, if I was missing like, yeah, I'm missing the cap for one of my tires, like for the little air thing that connects to the air pump, I'm missing one of those little caps, I would make one of those, things like that. 3D printers, it must be so much fun to have. And then Jonathan's son wants to be a wizard, trying to figure out the best way to make an epic beard. Fun. You can get that like stuff that kind of looks like cobwebs from the dollar store. That could maybe just work as for a beard. Or I don't know if they have Santa stuff out yet, but like Santa beard could maybe work. Or like a bunch of cotton balls. I think I did that like when I was a kid to make a beard. Just like glue a whole bunch of cotton balls together. That could work. And then Riley says, I'm currently working at Home Depot, but I'd love some advice on how to make a professional rule book, not the writing of the rules, the layout and presentation part, which is very, very important to really helps. If the rule book is jumbled up, if it doesn't make sense, if it's not clear, if it's not well laid out, a lot of people will just stop at the rule book and not even play the game. So it's super, super important. That's good you're thinking about that stuff, Riley. Ramon said, I use Dexterous to change my cards. Anybody else who tried Dexterous too? That is definitely something that I am going to learn Dexterous. And actually maybe this Friday I might on stream learn, like look into Dexterous and we can learn about it together. So if anyone who doesn't know, so Dexterous is a program, and there are a few different programs like this that help you quickly create digital prototypes for your board games. So like if you have a bunch of cards and maybe you want to change the value of a bunch of them, or you want to change the naming of each of them, or you want to change whatever, you can connect the layout of the cards with a spreadsheet. And then when you update the data in the spreadsheet, it updates the cards automatically. And they're already laid out and everything. So then it makes it a lot easier to then upload them to Tabletopia. I imagine also to then print. So probably, yeah, I'm assuming it also makes it much easier to create printed prototypes as well. If you watched my stream last Friday, you saw that I painstakingly tried to manually update every single icon for these different tokens that I was making. And I acknowledged on stream, and I do acknowledge it is not the most efficient way to do it. I know I should be using a program like Dexterous, but just finding the time to learn these programs, yada, yada, yada. So this Friday, I think I will learn Dexterous. So let's all learn together this Friday, maybe. But yeah, from what I've heard, I know that it should be higher on my priority list as a designer to learn one of these programs because it makes prototyping so much faster. And then Etienne said you can use GIMP to generate pictures and put them together using Word. Then you can generate a pretty decent PDF. I don't know too much about that, but that could be something to look into as well. But then they say it's by no means the proper way to do it, but it was enough for my prototypes and the result was stunning. So that's nice. And then Katerzina says you can also try using Google Slides, which I've heard quite a few people use Google Slides. I have not tried that out. I use Google Draw, which has been working fine for me, but I think Google Slides would be better because you can have more pages. Like in Google Draw, you're just working on one thing at a time. So then you have like a bunch of individual files, which is super annoying. So yeah, in Google Slides, you just change the size of the page to letter size or A4. La, 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 la. Okay, Riley finished everything else with their prototype except the rulebook because I have no graphic design / layout experience. Good job, Riley. That's awesome. And Etienne, I'm done with my work for tonight. Wow, good job, everybody. Crushing it. And then Etienne says, I just choose a background image and then just started. I use TTS to generate in-game pictures with screenshots. Yeah, when we're like just, we're just making prototypes to test them, we don't need to really worry about this stuff too much. It's just if you plan on self-publishing that you really want to make sure the graphic design is clear for the rule book and everything. But yeah, we don't need to it doesn't need to be professional level graphic design when we're still testing it. And then someone asked what time zone it was or Katarzyna asked what time zone it was for everyone, which is always fun. So it was 9:35, 2:36, 9:35, 9:35. So that's nice. So it looks like this. So this for me, it is, well, I started at 11 a.m., which I think is, around 8 p.m. or so in the UK and anyone in sort of that time zone. So that might work nicely for the people in that time zone. If you want to do stuff after work, after your day job and whatnot. Okay, yeah, then Fu said, it will generate print PDF and PDF for screen top and TTS upload. Yeah, that's really, really nice. To create one prototype that can then be printed and also uploaded digitally, that's really nice. Because right now I make one prototype for printing and one prototype for uploading to Tabletopia, which is not efficient. And then over on Twitch, we've got Dan. Trying to puzzle through a couple of mechanisms that I want to work together for a design. Having a 3D printer would be so cool. I would make some Gummins minis at first. That's from his game. These little cute little creatures called Gummins. Oh, that would be super fun. And then Dan asked what video I'm working on. I am working on the design diary for Chronicles of Light. So talking about how I like the submission process, like the pitching process, how that worked, how I even got that email in the first place, my approach to my original, like my concept, my first concept, and then how the development process worked working with Ravensburger and all the different changes that I made and why I made them and all the different things that I cut, all the things that I kept. So going through the whole design and development process for Chronicles of Light, that's why it's so long. So I wrote out this whole diary last February and March, and it took forever, oh my goodness, to go through all of the prototypes, all of my playtesting notes, all of my emails back and forth with the developer, Shannon at Ravensburger, like trying to piece everything together, make a timeline out of it, find pictures that can show the different things that I'm talking about. Like, it was such a huge project. And so I was so happy to be done with that in March. I sent it to Ravensburger in March because, so I suggested doing this. They did not ask me to do this, but whenever I have a game published, I always make a design diary. Normally it's just a video. So all of my published games that have design diary videos on my channel. But for this one, I also wanted to write out the diary and post it on Board Game Geek because that's, for my other games, they were party games and, it wasn't quite as involved. But this game is like, there was a lot to the design process. And so I wanted to also post it on Board Game Geek so that people might be interested in seeing that. So when I told Ravensburger I wanted to do this, they said, that's cool, but you need to send it to us so we can look it over and approve it. Make sure Disney approves it. So that was back in March. And they gave me approval sign off a few weeks ago. So that's 6 months. So I have approval from Ravensburger. And now I'm just waiting for Board Game Geek to publish it. And I sent it to them, I think 2 weeks ago. So what even is time at this point? As a board game designer, you just really need to be patient. You really need to assume everything is going to take a long time. People will take a long time to make decisions. Your game will take a long time to come out. It'll take a while to get your royalty check, if at all. So, yeah. I'm just kind of used to waiting. So we're waiting. But you know what? It might actually be good because I want my video to come out, at the same time as it's posted on BGG. So then I can link to it. So you know what? It's all for the best. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the video. I think it's gonna be super fun. I've cut 20 minutes down to 5 minutes, and I have an hour and 10 minutes left. So this is probably gonna be like a 30-minute video. It's probably gonna be one of my longer videos that I've made. Hey, Mark. Yeah, that's so I think that's great that if you're co-working but not specifically game related, that's totally fine, We can work on whatever. But it really is just kind of nice to just know that other people are also working on stuff. You're not completely alone. It just makes it more fun and interactive, and it's just more enjoyable than just just doing everything on your own all the time. So I don't know about you, but I really am enjoying this so far. So yeah, I don't want to commit to too much, but I'll definitely try this again next week. I mean, I'm not done. I'm going to be, it's been an hour and 40 minutes, but I still want to do another hour block on this stream after we're done chitty chatting here. If I do another hour, I'll get through another 20 minutes, which means I should be under the hour mark for the raw footage. It's currently at an hour and 11. If I can get it down to 50 minutes, I really need to get this video posted. I think at this point, I was hoping to get this video posted like today or yesterday or tomorrow and just be like, sorry, this is a bit late for my Sunday post. At this point, it's realistically, this will probably just be next Sunday's post, and I'll just stay on schedule. So I'm really sorry. It's been a few weeks that I've posted a video. It's just been very busy, very busy. What does that mean? I'm like, okay. Okay, so DC Inox says, hi, new fan here, eager to learn game design so that I have a leg up in finding my way into the industry in whatever way possible. How would you recommend spending 15 hours a week to do so? Been about a month in reading and learning, and now need to get to the doing phase, and I'm hitting a wall. Yeah, I totally get it. It's once you actually need to actually do the thing, we can like plan and research, and we're almost using them as ways to avoid actually doing the thing. So I totally get that. You're not alone in that at all. So here's what I would do for 15 hours a week. This is a big question. So if you want to get into the industry in any way possible, if you just want to work in the industry, definitely join Tabletop Game Jobs Facebook group. They also have a website. So it's Tabletop Game Jobs. Search it on Facebook, and there's just a ton of different types of jobs in the games industry. If you just want to get into the industry, that's a great place to start. There's a ton of different types of jobs that will apply to a ton of different skill sets. So that may be a really great way to get experience and to get in. I know that, it's a pretty tough job market right now, so that might be tough. So if that's kind of something that you're looking for, I would definitely do that. If you are looking to be an independent game designer, that's a whole nother thing. I would, 15 hours. At least 1 hour a week playing a new game, or at the very least watching videos about how to play different games. So trying to learn at least one new game a week. That will definitely help you. prototyping. So actually prototyping a game idea that you have in your head, spending at least 2 to 4 hours a week doing that. Having playtest sessions booked. So book a playtest session right now. Book a playtesting session with your friends, with your family. Maybe find a local group that meets. Book that today. Book that today. So you'll have that in your calendar, 2 weeks from now, a month from now at the most. As soon as 2 weeks from now, ideally, book a playtest session. So in 2 weeks from now, if you have your playtest booked, you need to actually have a prototype made and ready to go. So if you don't have any ideas for your game yet, spend time generating ideas. So, for 1 hour a week, generate new ideas. And so I've made a few videos about generating new ideas. One way you can do that is just by randomly picking a board game mechanic and a theme. So if you watch some of my videos, I made wheels and I linked to those wheels that have themes and mechanics. If you just search 10 board game ideas in 10 minutes, I think was one of them. I have links to those wheels. Use those wheels, click on those wheels, and just pick a theme and mechanic. And just only give yourself 5 to 10 minutes. New idea, new idea, new idea. Until you reach one that is actually, you think, viable. Quickly make a prototype. Give yourself an hour max to make a prototype. And then play test it just on your own. So don't spend a ton of time making this prototype. Make it as quickly as possible. Play it on your own. If you enjoyed it, if you see potential, then that's the one that you'll use at your playtest 2 weeks from now. If it was not enjoyable, go back to the wheels and generate new ideas. So book your playtest in the near future. Brainstorm a bunch of new ideas. Don't just go with the very first idea that you have. Brainstorm a bunch of ideas. Quickly prototype the best idea that you think is the best idea. Quickly playtest on your own that idea. If there's potential, playtest that with other people. So, and if not, go back to the drawing board. Those are the top, and then always playing new games to be exposed to as many different types of games as possible. Those are the best things that you can do to when you're first starting out. So I made a video about if I was just starting out, here's what I would do to get a board game published in 6 months. So I think that's literally what it's called, how I would get a board game published in 6 months. Watch that video. That's what I would do. I will watch that video. I have a free PDF that you can download and you can print off. Go through that checklist. If you go through that checklist, you will your chances of getting a game signed, or if you want to self-publish, is significantly higher than if you don't. So that's what I would do. Now I feel like I'm kind of stalling because I don't want to go back to editing my video. But hopefully that was helpful. Oh, okay. So Dees is already a part of that Facebook group. That's good. And then Fu says, do you ever experience a dead cycle of playtesting for a project? I feel like I have something on my hands and my players like it, but there's just something not working that make me test a new mechanic. Players like it, but there's something not working that make me test new mechanic. Okay. If I'm understanding correctly, the game overall is working well. Okay, so you don't want to mess with the game. You feel like it's working well, so you don't want to fiddle with it or tweak it anymore. You feel like it's fine and working how it is, but you feel like it could be better, but you're worried about making changes, and because that could potentially break it or make it worse, I guess. What I would say for that is you can always test things out and you can always go back. You're not committing to anything. So you can always test things out, try a new mechanic if you want to try it. And if I'm understanding your question correctly, test it out with people, see how it goes. If it goes terribly, go back to how it was. That's just part of the whole playtesting process. So not being scared to try different things. But at the end of the day, if your game is working and if players are liking it, sometimes it's okay to stop tweaking it, you know? So I guess you have to ask yourself, why do you feel like you still want to make changes? Normally, when you're only making changes because there are things that players aren't liking. There are things that are frustrating them. There are things that they don't like, or there are things that they like, but they want more of it. If you're getting that feedback, that means you should keep making changes. If your playtesters are saying, this is great, I love it, I want to keep playing it, I want to play it again, when can I buy it? You're done. You could keep fiddling with it, tweaking it forever. But if your playtesters are enjoying it, if you're happy with where it's at when you play it, if when you play it, you just find yourself enjoying yourself and having fun, you're done. And you can start pitching it to publishers or thinking about self-publishing it. Because we could always keep changing the games, changing our games and fiddling around with them forever. At a certain point, you need to be done. And you can really base that off of playtesters' feedback and whether or not it is overwhelmingly positive. I don't know if that's exactly what you're asking, but hopefully that was helpful. Okay, so then DC said, when I said about playing a game weekly to learn about different games, they said, how can you study a game while playing? So it's just being very present and just being very observant. I'm not, like taking notes. Like, I'm still enjoying myself playing the game. It's just kind of exposing yourself to as many games as possible. All these things will start like seeping into your brain. They'll become part of your lexicon. They'll become part of, your vocabulary and your knowledge, your general knowledge of games. If you want to be, a bit more analytical or specific about it, you can, take notes. You can make notes. You can have a spreadsheet of like, this is the game. These are the different mechanics that it had. Here are my thoughts on it, whatever. You can do that definitely if you want to. I personally, I'll just play games and I'll just playing the game and just having fun. You will learn a bunch of things. So you don't need to make it feel like work, but whatever works for you, that's what works for me. I just find if I just play a bunch of games in my brain, I'll now have a bunch of things to pull from because they're up here. But it's whatever approach works for you. So if I took a game off my shelf to study, what makes it great? How can I best analyze the components and mechanics in a way that illuminates what the designer did to create that feeling? You know what I would maybe do? And I did this with one game in a video last year where I compared the game against, so if you know Jamie Stegmaier, he's a, pretty famous designer and publisher of Stonemaier Games. He has 12 tenets of good board game design. Maybe we can look at that together. Just one second. And then I'm gonna get back to work. I'll just bring this up and whoops. Oh, okay. Twitch is still there. Okay, let's look at this together. Show you my screen here. Okay, so here are, according to Jamie Stegmaier, the 12 tenets of games that are well designed. So if a game has all of these things, according to him, it is a well-designed game. So take a game off your shelf and see, does it have a quick setup? Is it easy to learn? Balances, not checks for close games. I actually don't even, that's a new one. What in the world does that even mean? What? I don't remember that one being on this list. Oh, okay. So that's an old list. Does anyone know what balances, not checks, in scoring even means? Okay, so this is the one we want. Quick beginning and organic end. A streamlined setup. Okay, they don't expand on what they mean by organic end, but I guess they mean it's not too abrupt. It makes sense. It's natural. There's like an arc to it. Like you feel like you're starting off kind of slow, then it builds up, and then it kind of either ends at the climax or kind of ends at the denouement. They kind of come down from it. I think that's what that means. Like it feels like it ends at the right time. I mean, a lot of people could argue that games should always end one turn short, where it feels like if I just had one more turn. So I would be interested if Jamie expanded on what he meant by that. Intuitive, to learn and retain, have an ability to plan ahead, limited analysis paralysis. So I'm not going to go into each of these ones because it would take forever, but is there tension and positive player interaction? Are there interesting choices and strong agency with only a dose of luck? Are there rewards and forward momentum? Is there a strong connection between theme and mechanisms? Is there potential for dramatic and memorable moments? Is it a distinctly tactile experience? Is there replay? Is there variability that leads to replayability? And are there multiple paths to victory? So this is, one approach to it, but that could be a good way to just, if you want to analyze, just pull a board game off your shelf and compare it to this list. I'll put the link in the chat. That could be a good way to do it. I'll put this link in the chat here. Okay, friends, but I think I need to get back to editing. We're going to have one more hour-long session. So be sure to add in the chat what you are hoping to get done. What you're hoping to get done in the next hour. So we're going to have one more hour of co-working time. Oh no, DC, no worries at all. I'm really excited for you. Thank you for asking your questions, and please keep us updated. Be sure to join my Discord. We would love to keep up with your progress. Here, let me just quickly grab my Discord link. Once I add this Discord link, I'm going to get back to work. But be sure to add in the chat what you want to get done in the next hour. I'm just going to quickly grab my Discord link here. And just know that if you do become a member, you can see all the channels in my Discord. If you're just joining, publicly, there's one general chat that everyone can join, and it's actually pretty active. Like, it's great if you just want that one. If you want all the channels and you want to play test on Sundays, yada, 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 become a member. Oh, and then Tommy's just asking about BGG Con happening next month in Dallas. There are unpub events every day. That's super exciting. Anyone near the Dallas area, definitely check that out. I will not be going, but there's still hope that I might be making it to PAX Unplugged in December in Philadelphia. I don't know. And then I will be at Terminal City Con in Vancouver in March. And I've been told I should be at Geek Girl Con in Seattle in November, but I have not had any updates from the publisher who wants me to go. And then I'm hoping to go to Dice Tower East just on my own because I want to play games all weekend. I've never been to a Dice Tower event. That's in early July. So That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But yeah, going to conventions is expensive. So please don't feel bad if you don't go to a bunch of conventions. It's very expensive to fly, to find somewhere to stay, have a badge, etc., etc. So Terminal City Con is my local con. That's when I go to every single year. Any others that I go to, almost all of them are only because a publisher sponsored me to go. So yeah, I fully acknowledge how prohibitive a lot of them can be. Okay, so I'm going to put what I'm hoping to achieve in the next hour of co-working time. So I am going to try to get to under. So okay, edit raw footage down to under and down. Let's go for it. Down to 50 minutes. Let's commit to that. Down to 50 minutes. That is what I'm going to do in the next hour. My reward is still this puzzle. That is my reward to myself if I complete it. Puzzle. So yeah, feel free to put your reward to yourself in parentheses because we deserve to celebrate our wins with little treats and snacks and awards and rewards and prizes. So give yourself some sort of reward once you have done the thing for the next hour. That's mine. Okay, Katarzyna's got a very good, you have a very specific objective. I love that. I hope to finish adding some distort texture to all character icons. I love very specific to-dos, so that's great. DC's going to brainstorm and assess ideas. So exciting. And then when I responded to Fu's question, they got a call from the DMV, of course. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you feel like you keep on making changes just because players keep telling you, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. So I would solo playtest your game and see what you like. What works well for you? What do you like the most? And really trust yourself. Because if you feel like that one playtester said they wanted this, but I actually don't like that, or I tried it, it doesn't work for me. Trust yourself and your own game experience for your game. So be sure you solo playtest your games as well as playtesting with others, and trust yourself first is what I would say for that. Bye, Ramon. Thanks so much for joining. Yes. Excellent. All right, friends. Let's get back to it. Gonna put an hour on the. I'll figure out some way of having like a timer somewhere. But if you want to set your timer for an hour as well, then we can kind of keep track together. But I'm gonna start the timer, put the music back on. All right, friends, let's go.
you.
All right, friends. Sorry to interrupt your flow if you were still working. But that is going to do it. We did it. 2 hours of solid work, achieving that flow state. I hope you got some things done, or if you were just chilling, whatever. I was working on, editing a YouTube video. My goal was to get it to 50 minutes. I got it to 56. I did add like a 5-minute little video in there. So that's about right. I was hoping around 50. I added a 5-minute video. I finished around 56. So I am happy with that. It's still like an hour of raw footage I still need to go through. So, this one's going to be a long one, friends. I'm currently at edited down 16 minutes and I still have an hour of footage to go through. So this is going to be a long one. This is definitely, I feel like this is going to be my longest video I've ever made. I was not anticipating that. I mean, I knew my design diary was long, but I didn't think it would be that long to read it out loud. But that's cool. There's lots of really fun, interesting stuff in there that I talk about. I talk about the whole process of submitting my idea to Ravensburger and then the whole design process. So it was really fun to go reflect on that big chunk of my life where that's all that I was doing. And yeah, so I'm excited to be done with it soon, hopefully. And yeah, so this will most likely be posted on Sunday at my regular time. I was hoping to get it posted earlier than that, but it's not looking likely. So it's just, this is a lot to go through. I might do this again tomorrow because I actually felt like, surprisingly, I could focus really well. I was worried streaming that I would get very easily distracted and not be able to focus. But I think because I knew a lot of you were also working on things, it just made me also want to work on my stuff, and setting my intention of this is what I want to do in the next hour really helped. And then just, feeling like I want to work. So then you also might want to get something done too. That helped as well, to feel like accountable to you guys. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. How did all of your second session things go? Hi to anyone new who was joining the chat. Yeah, that was really, really fun. Yeah, we're hitting the 3 hour mark. So I'm going to be wrapping up now. And I realized just now that I was playing music from Spotify. And so this whole stream might get copyright struck. We'll have to see. Next time I'll play free royalty-free, copyright-free music. I just totally didn't think about that. Hey Louie, nice to see you. Cool. I hope you all enjoy this. I'm really glad. I didn't know how this would go. I'm like, this is kind of random. I don't know if people will like this or anyone will join, but it was great for me, and I hope it worked well for you and that you had fun and maybe got some things done. Okay, friends, I'm going to sign off. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will